Every time I made a switch, I told myself that it was strategic, that it was a business plan, a way for me to make sure that I was making the right decision. But guess what? It wasn't. This was my fishing game in Godot. And honestly, for the few weeks that I had been doing it, it wasn't bad. But there was one thing I just couldn't get right, and it was the fishing line. It was too stiff, too floaty, too fake, too prone to hitting you right in the face. And yeah, I could have made the game without fishing line. But at that time, it just felt like a game without fishing line? What? What's next? A car racing game without wheels? I felt like at some point, I was just simplifying the game to a point to where I was just coping. So I switched engines. I switched again. And then one more time. All to end up right back where I started. The realization. Here's what I didn't realize before. Fishing line wasn't even close to a part of the actual game. Like we can see here in the mechanic versus fluff image, if you're trying to determine what an item you're trying to do is, if it affects the gameplay in any way, then it's a mechanic. If it's just an effect, if it's just visual, then it's fluff. But at that point in my head, the fishing line was, it was one of the major parts of fishing, so it had to be one of the major parts of the game too. And I avoided building it. I built menus, I built movement, I even got the water working properly. I did everything that I felt was safe and that was known, everything that was easy, except the part that scared me, the rope physics. When did I finally tackle that problem, you ask? I haven't.
Oh, you're starting to piss me off, you little piglet son bitch.
So that's when I took a break to refocus and think about if this was the right path. Not because everything was broken, but because the thing that I cared about and that I thought was important felt impossible at the time. The shift. So fast forward a little bit. I joined the Brackeys Game Jam this year. I wanted to prove that I could make something, really anything at this point. So I reached out to my friend.
You don't have any friends.
The only other person I knew who ever showed an interest in actually making games. And within 3 minutes, our team was formed. My Game Jam partner knew some 3D and knew some Blender, so really, the decision was already made. I switched back to Unity once again. But this time, it wasn't for the philosophy, it wasn't for which game engine's best. It was for speed, 100% speed. We had 7 days to make this game. We had to be as fast and efficient as possible. So we didn't have to debate tools. We just built. And that's when I had a second realization. The engine choice wasn't holding me back. It was my inconsistency. My inconsistency in gaining knowledge and experience in my engine. During the process of coming back to Unity, there was very little relearning. There was barely any friction, and honestly, there was hardly any lost momentum. For the first time in quite a while, especially with implementing game features, the engine just kind of disappeared, and the game took center stage. Lessons learned. That major shift is when it finally clicked for me. I really did. I didn't switch back to Unity because it's the best game engine, because in some ways it's not.
Number one, how dare you?
I switched back because I didn't have to think about it. I really didn't. I knew multiple engines, at least to a working capacity, but my friend knew one. So I picked the one, and it so happens to be the one that I'm most comfortable in. Your familiarity with your tools is a force multiplier. Every engine switch, it feels exciting. Something's new. Something's going to be the best it's ever been in this new update on this other engine, but all it does is reset your momentum. Like I said earlier, fishing line wasn't even core gameplay. The tension, the timing, the behavior, that's what made the fishing game. And the mechanic worked without perfect rope physics. While I learned a valuable lesson, so much more progress could have been made if I had just stuck with my game development progress in Unity. If you've ever thought Maybe I picked the wrong engine. It's normal. But you have to demolish that idea like it's another AAA live service slop title. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. That's 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 44 weeks a year, for 5.5 years straight. So pick a lane and stick with it. That's all I have for today. Yet again, another engine switching video. But if you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more game dev. The next video will cover our game jam progress. Have you ever switched engines before? Do you find yourself jumping at a new engine like an ADHD guy tracking down a squirrel? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video.